What is going on, man? Holy hell. So what we have here today, I'm not really going to go over it because this is not the final version. This is basically step one in the Luis Torres Darkwrench Overdrive through this heavy earth. It's a prototype. So nothing on it is pretty much going to be the way it looks. I've seen a picture of what it's going to look like. If I'm allowed to show it to you, it'll be right here. If I'm not allowed to show it to you, well, you're not going to fucking see it. It's that easy. She's like, who's Luis Torres? If you're not watching this because you know who Luis Torres is, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good dude. I mean, seriously, a good dude. Shut up. Noisy pedal. Like I said, it's a prototype. But it's fun just to show you where the stages are in it. When I get the actual Darkwrench in, I'll actually still have this pedal. And I will compare the two. Because there's a couple things that are going to change on the final version. So let's just talk about what is on the prototype. So across the top, reading like you would from left to right. Because the right ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Alright, you have your mix, your level, and your gain. All right, they behave, we're just going to say this, differently. It took me a minute to dial this thing in. But of course, you know, you're developing it for a maniac named Luis Torres. And I say that with a lot of love. The dude's crazy as shit. But he knows his tones. He knows what he's going for. Luis is just violent chugs and has fun doing it. And regardless of what people say, it takes talent to do what he's doing. And it also takes talent to bring that time after time again to people without hating your life in the process. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not subscribed to Luis Torres' channel, go do it. Trust me, the dude's hilarious. I know people have their opinions. Don't have to share them with me. I love the guy right to death. There's nothing you can say that will make me change my mind. He's a solid, good dude, and I consider him a very good friend. So Shay sent this out to me because he wanted to know what I thought of it. And what I think about it is that is one angry, pissed off unit. It really does. Oh, the rest of the switches. I'm already going on. So you have your tight and your high cut. That's the only problem I have with this so far is the high cut. I would love to add some highs. This is a dark ass fucking pedal, but then again, it's also called the Darkwrench, so maybe that is by design. I haven't talked to Lewis yet because Lewis is a very busy man this time of year. If y'all don't know, YouTube is not his job. He is one of the premier wedding photographers for upstate New York. So he's a very busy man. So you're wondering, you haven't seen Lewis for a while? The dude's busy. Like, legit busy. He's like me. This is a hobby. This is fun. That's why we get to be honest and shit on people if we want to. Because, well, we don't owe anybody a goddamn thing. All right, so you have a middle toggle switch here, and that is a voice. Now, at the time of filming this, because I haven't had a chance to talk to Shay yet, I flick the switch, nothing happens. I'm going to show you. Nothing happens. Maybe we'll hear it on the recording, but here in the room, nothing happens. Which sometimes that's the way it is. Sometimes the recording, like I said, a pedal was absolute shit. And I went on and made my video. Oh, wow, I probably should put my glasses on. No wonder why I can't see a goddamn thing. I told you guys I was stupid as fuck. All right, so I watched back the video, and it was probably one of the best sounding things I've recorded. Which, in the room, it did not sound that good. So, go figure, right? I don't even know how to explain it. All right, so back to this shit. Making this long, I want to do this quick. So this is for your tight. It's the slope at which it goes off on, and this is your high cut slope. So you really can tweak the living shit out of this thing. Now on the final version, there's a couple differences. Again, if I can show it to you, the picture of the final version, right here. All right, and I might not be able to. That's just the way it is. And as it is, Shay's awesome. Like he wants you to get the prototypes out there, show people where he is, and you can kind of see the growth in it. That's kind of the exciting part. If you're someone like me, I get excited by gear and the journey from like how does it get from here to there. This is a good case, and of course, you know, Lewis being a good friend of mine, I was really excited that he has such an awesome company making his pedal. And Shay is just a good dude, and he's taken on Lewis's ideas, which means he's a crazy person too. Lewis is smart, but he's not a compromised guy. If he has something in his head, it's going to happen. Sorry, Lewis, but I speak the truth. You know me, I ain't going to fool nobody full of shit. All right, so I'm going to turn some knobs and flick some switches, give you an idea on what it does, and then we'll get on out of here. But again, follow this Heavy Earth on the socials. Shay, the guy that runs the place, he's a sweetheart of a dude. He's doing amazing things. Like, the guy's one of like the legit dudes. Like, he designs his own PCP boards and everything. Like, he's fucking brilliant. There's not many guys that you can say do that in this business anymore. You know, I'm just saying. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you, in the beginning you heard the raw amp, but we'll show it to you again just for shits and gigs. Now we're going to put the Darkwrench on where I have it. All right, so let's take this thing and we're going to put everything at noon time. And all switches down. And that all the way to the left. Alright. Damn. Pedal's a little noisy. Alright, let's do this. Well, no idea what's causing the issue with the noise, but so be it. So we're just gonna flick some toggles, and then we'll be back. Damn. Like I said, that's just a noisy. It's got a ground issue. You can tell if I touch it. Alright, that's a problem with prototypes is sometimes they give you little problems. So while I'm talking, I'll just turn it off, and I'll turn it on when I'm turning the knobs. That way I don't drive everybody crazy. Alright, so just turn some knobs. Well, there you go, man. That's a whole lot of pedal. Other than the bad ground in there somewhere, I don't know where the bad ground will be coming from, but it's definitely an issue. You got to touch the side of it to get it to stop. But yeah, I mean, the theories and ideas behind it sound solid. The finished product, of course, these are prototypes. Again, I can't stress this enough. This is a prototype. This is nowhere to be considered the final version. And when it shows up, if you decide to get yourself one, it's just going to be bitchin'. It's going to have great graphics on it. And it won't have a ground issue. Promise. That's one thing that Shay's not known for, and that is sending garbage out his door. When you get prototypes, I mean, if you're not used to prototype land, it almost always there's a little quirky something with them. Because they're prototypes, right? They're thrown together to see if the idea is going to work, and then they'll have people try the prototypes, see what they think about the idea, and how it's moving forward. Good news is Lewis kind of tested his own, which is good, because then Lewis himself could go, okay, well, this is kind of going down the right path, but I kind of need this a little bit different. And then Shay can go, okay, that's a pretty easy thing to do. And Shay, and sometimes maybe it's not an easy thing to do, but Shay's super smart. There's few people we talk about that are in that level. You got like the Cal Rhodes, the Tony Peppers, and Shay. Yeah, those dudes are just, and the people from Gup Tech, they're just smart. They're smart. They do things differently for a reason, and that reason is they just want to be better, and not just by saying they're better, by handing you a product that is. So, don't take prototypes as gospels. Watch my other videos on other stuff by This Heavy Earth. I'm a huge fan of the company. I'm a huge fan of the owner of the company. Forget the company. I mean, I just like to be friends with the guy that owns the damn thing. He's such a good dude. And when you deal with This Heavy Earth, you deal with him. It's a one-man army at that place. So, go check him out. If you like stuff that just there's aggressive, and then there's, what he does. It's like, there's Gorilla Dick, then there's whatever's beyond that. It's what this stuff is. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there nowadays that goes full Gorilla Dick, but whatever this thing is, this is like, Crater Cooter type stuff, This is stuff right here that literally, when people hear the power behind this pedal, they just start shoving things up their ass because it makes them crazy. Just saying. It hadn't happened to me yet, but I keep the red button turned down a little bit, It could happen. You never know. If I start walking funny and I stop telling butthole jokes, I definitely start to, stop talking about your mom. It probably happened. Just saying. It just makes sense, right? Draw conclusions. Anyhow, this is the Darkwrench prototype. Final version, I think, still a little bit of ways out. But keep an eye on Luis Torres' channel. Because Luis Torres will let you know everything. The dude's just a funny motherfucker. Watch that guy. And he's a good dude. Like, if you need advice on something, like, when I needed help, like, that dude didn't flinch. Like, he helped. Like, he's part of the sauce for how my videos look today. Between him, Chase Lewis, my friend Mitch, it really, them guys are the ones that got me to where I am. So I'm not smart enough. I just know that if I hit that red button, I play what I'm supposed to, I hit the red button again, and I Bluetooth it over to my phone, I'm good. That's all I know. I'm fucking dumb when it comes to this stuff. So definitely support those who support others. Okay? Keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. Don't be a dick. Subscribe to Luis Torres' shit. And subscribe to my shit. You know what I'm saying? Just trust me. He'd tell you the same thing. Subscribe to that fat piece of shit. He's funny. Alright. Y'all be good. Thank you, Shay, for sending that out to me. It actually means a lot. I love Luis right to death. And it's kind of cool to be able to, check out what Lewis has going on. It's a very cool thing. It really is. All right. Later, folks. Get to the next video. Ciao.